Yesterday was the Dead by Daylight anniversary stream, and we have so much to talk about. Obviously, we got the new chapter coming out into PTP, but there's still a lot of other information that has been overlooked that we're going to be covering in this video. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. We got some exciting things to talk to you guys about. We're not going to waste any time on this. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, subscribe for some more DBD content, and please be sure to come out on Twitch. We're live right now for the next 3 hours as you're watching this video. If I'm not live, please drop me a follow. Our schedule will be in the description. And yeah, let's jump on into it. So obviously, we had so much with the Resident Evil chapter itself. If you missed any of those videos, take a look at them. We talked about zombies on the map, the tentacle power, the T-virus, the entire new map, a flashbang coming to DBD, and of course, the PTP being out now. And on June 15th, we're going to be getting the full DLC. But we overlooked a little bit on the roadmap and all of the other things that they spoke about and announced and teased to us, so let's talk about those things. They said that they're going to be focusing on 4 pillars for DBD, and this is how it's going to be going down. They're talking about Into the Fog, which is the core mechanics that they have, which they said that they're going to be giving some more love to because these core mechanics have been in the game for such a long time, and the OG players have been doing it for so long that it's time to give it some love and to spice things up. They didn't go into any detail about it, sadly. I really wish they did, because it would have been so exciting, but hopefully we'll find some more information about it later on this year, but we have that to look forward to. They then talked about game health and improving the game health. There's been a lot of debates in the community on if they should stop, pushing out so many chapters and focus more on game health. According to them, they're still going to be pushing out their chapters, so hopefully the game health does improve, and throughout time we can still get more and more better updates to further improve the game. They then talk about the Realm Beyond and the live design and all the features that are going to be coming with that, such as a new tutorial mode. That's right, we're going to be getting a new tutorial mode. Obviously, we're going to be getting a crap ton of players with Resident Evil coming on into DVD. Just today, we broke the all-time peak, over 86,000 people playing according to Steam charts, and that will more than likely be shattered as well when the DLC does come on out. So new tutorial is definitely needed for the new players coming into the game and not having a clue what's going on. They also said that they are going to be bot matches coming. We've been talking about bot matches for such a long time. We've made so many videos on it over the years, and people were saying this is never going to happen, or you're just clickbaiting us, and it's finally here. Bots are in Dead by Daylight. They're going to be coming on in. You'll be able to play tutorials with them, and there are also going to be some cool rewards that you get alongside this. Shout out to DBD Leaks. They actually have some renders of what potentially could be the new charms we could be getting associated with the bot matches. There's also going to be Bloodpoint gains and other things, so we'll see what that entails when it fully gets implemented into the game. As for the new players as well, we are going to be making a very in-depth tutorial similar to one of our most popular uploads on the channel called Noob to Pro Survivor Edition, which was done almost 4 years ago when the game just came out. So we're going to be reviving that, giving you guys a lot of details about that, so stay tuned. They then talked about fixing matchmaking times. This is something that we've been talking about for a long time and how they could fix it, and one of the things that the community has come together and said was that give incentives to one of the sides, maybe extra blood points when needed, in order to incentivize players playing that so queue times can be sped up. And it looks like they're actually going to be doing that. They tease that they're going to be giving incentives to play the other side. They didn't say what it would be, but we can assume that it will either be shards or blood points or maybe even auric selves if they are generous. And that way, matchmaking can go a little bit faster on both sides. So if you have a bunch of survivors playing, and there's a little incentive to play killer, people will go and play some killer, and that's a nice, easy way for them to even out the playing field. They then talked about something that, in my opinion, is a little bit weird, and I really hope they reflect more on it because I can see this being really bad, and that is an Autoban feature. They said negative reports will now be automated, so if you were to report somebody, instead of manually going to their customer support and then reviewing everything and making their decision, it will now be automated, meaning the more negative reports you have on your profile, you'll automatically pretty much get banned. At least that's what I took away from this. I do want some clarification on this, and hopefully they'll be able to put something out talking more about the clarification and the specifications on what this means. Because in my mind, if you're playing as a killer or as a survivor, and you get salty at the end of the game, you can easily just negatively report somebody. Especially if you're a streamer or something like that, someone with a little bit of influence, you can get multiple people to report the same person. Maybe it's only after the game and post-game that you can do it, but if people, again, you know, in rare cases find these people, they can just be like, oh yeah, this is this person, let me just report them just because. I can definitely see this being abused, so I hope that it's more so if it's like keywords, like maybe they say they're hacking, but even then, if everybody just lies and says this person's hacking, and it's automated, it's going to be very, very difficult to have a good Autoban feature. So I really hope they give us some more information and elaborate and explain more on this Autoban feature, because in my mind, I can't really comprehend how this would work out well, but we'll see. They then said that they are moving on to UMG, which is amazing. We will now have a new engine. They also said there's going to be updated graphics for characters, including killers. They're going to be working on some of the older animations and old visuals as well. So that's pretty awesome. We obviously seen all of the Survivor characters getting their facial reconstructions. Now we actually see what the Trapper looks like. And of course, we might be seeing some of those old animations being reworked, like when the generator got changed. We might see totems be changed and other things along the line, maybe vaults and pallet drops and whatever the case may be, to look a lot more smooth. They then said that they are going to change the core mechanics, as we mentioned before. Again, they didn't say much about it. They just teased it and said that they're going to give it some love. I'm assuming that might mean, you know, like, again, cleansing your totems, working on your generators, how pallets are going to work, how lockers are going to work. There's a lot of Dead by Daylight copy games, as you can call them, or copycats, that have took some of their mechanics and expanded upon them. So hopefully they'll look into some things like that and even use those and utilize it in their own game. They then said that character animations are also going to be updated, which is awesome. Now, let's talk about some of the more interesting things that they mentioned. They said killers are going to be getting updates, as well as new perk types and Mori updates. So this is huge news, guys. So the first thing that they said was that we're going to be getting new Survivor perks coming into the game called Boon Totems. Now, again, they teased this. They didn't really give us any information, and I so wish they did. But they said that Boon Totems are going to work opposite of Hex Totems. They're going to work in the Survivor's favor. That was pretty much all the information that we received for it. So that leaves us a lot of wiggle room to speculate on what this is going to be. And this is going to be in its own video later on, digesting everything about this and talking about what potentially could happen. But just know that in the future, probably with the next chapter, we're going to be seeing Boon Totems coming into the game, which will more than likely give survivors some crazy advances. The next thing that they spoke about is Moris. They no longer want Moris to just be an offering. They now, in fact, want Moris to be a core mechanic in the game. Now, at first when I heard this, I was like, oh my god, they're trying to buff Moris and make it so that every killer can just Mori everybody. But then they elaborated and said that they want killers to earn their Moris and having it feel more natural than toxic, which makes sense. When you think about it, every time you see a Mori, you're like, oh, the killer's just going to try to Mori us, and it does have that toxic stigma attached to it. However, if this now feels more naturally, similar to how Pyramid Head can, you know, give you your final judgment on their final hook, this could work in a way. Now, obviously, they'll have to really fine tweak this so it won't, you know, be like you can final judgment everybody. I think that'll just be a little bit too excessive, but maybe make it so that when you're going into the end game or something like that and things are really heating up, if you manage to down somebody during this time, maybe you can, for one person, actually get them out the game. Whatever it may be, obviously, they're going to have to mess around with it and we're going to have to play test it and see how it feels. But that is definitely interesting. They also mentioned that keys are going to be getting an update as well. They've been talking about this and teasing this for such a long time. So interesting to see what's going to happen there. Again, no information on that. We're going to have to wait another day to hear some information. It really sucks that they tease so many juicy things, but still no information or not even a little tiny sliver to give to us. They then talked about the 5th year anniversary coming out. Crowns are returning. Now, I wasn't a big fan when I heard that the crowns were returning because the anniversary event that we got last year was, you know, pretty cool. We got the crowns, which a lot of people don't wear. I personally do wear it because of my name, of course. And when I originally heard that crowns are coming back, I thought we were going to get the same design. And that kind of put a damper in my spirit because I was like, why would I want to basically do the same thing again? This year, it is similar, but different and unique in its own way. But that seems to be the only pieces of information that they gave us for the 5th year. Along with that, they did say that they were going to get confetti items, and lots of confetti items, balloons, Bloodpoint offerings, and there'll be community challenges where you can get skins for David and Wraith, as well as 2 new charms that are going to be featured. They also spoke about how you'll be able to unlock a character for free, which is pretty damn awesome. And the Shrine of Secrets is going to get updated every single 2 days. Everything will also be 500 shards or less, which is really awesome news, don't get me wrong. But specifically focusing on the event, I hope that they do add a little bit more as the time comes. This event is obviously going to be in June or July, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's July 1st to the 15th. And the reason why I'm a tiny bit disappointed in it was that in a post not too long ago, after the Halloween event, they said that they were going to specifically focus on 2 events, their anniversary event and their Halloween event. And on paper, from what I'm reading here, this is very, very similar to the 4th year anniversary, just with some added bonuses here and there that, you know, are part of the event, but not part of the core gameplay. So I really hope that they decide to spice it up even a little bit more. I know I sound a little bit ungrateful for that, but I feel like the event could be a little bit better, and they could bring some more unique things, and hopefully they do. You know, I'm not going to put it past them that they're not going to do that, but just on paper right now, it just sounds a little bit bland to me, just my personal opinion. But we'll see when the time comes, and hopefully it'll be better. They also said that Pride charms are going to be coming, so that is really awesome news. We're finally going to get some representation in the game. That's really awesome. And the final bit of information, which is probably one of the biggest things, at least for me, and I know for Polly as well, this is the biggest thing for him. Funko Pops are coming into Dead by Daylight, which is mind-blowing. I have personally spoken to a lot of the devs, you know, when we met them, and we always asked around about Funko Pops and why haven't Funko Pops, you know, coming to DBD, and they've always stated clearly that this wasn't a holdup on their end, you know. Polly created a petition, and we had over 10,000 signatures on it. He made videos about it, and we always wanted Funkos to come into Dead by Daylight, and we finally have it. So I'm eager to hear the story on how this all went down, because Dead by Daylight said it wasn't a holdup on their side, it was just Funkos, and, you know, we were a little bit salty during a point, because there was a lot of games that received these Funko Pops that, you know, not too many people really know about them, and Dead by Daylight being how massive it is, was kind of a shame. So hopefully we'll get some more information on the Funko Pops and what actually happens with that, and maybe we can see some of the awesome characters coming on in. But my friends, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. It was quite a mouthful to talk about, and there's still a lot of it to talk about. We're going to be breaking down all of these bullet point notes that we mentioned and videos in the weeks to come, as well as putting out a lot more tutorials. And don't forget, we got Nemesis to talk about as well, and Leon and Claire. There's a lot to digest, as I said, so you can expect videos to come out on how to play as Nemesis, how to play against him, where does he rank in our tier list, things like that. So expect those videos to come out soon, as well as all the tutorials. But my friends, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Don't forget, we are live on Twitch. Please, please, please come and say hello. We're going to be actively streaming again. We took a little bit of a break and hiatus for the past few months, but we are back, as you guys know. I'm ready to have some fun, play DBD, and to enjoy it with all of you guys. But my friends, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for some more DBD content. As always, I'm the King. I tip my ground to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.